Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us so we can go through a little bit about what makes us unique and special here. So I'll go through a little bit more of the overview of the concepts of what makes us different. Kyle will show a demo on the back end of how some of it works. And then Jose will put it all together with his 28 years of experience as our sales manager here and put it together in your traditional sense. So let me start with sharing my screen here. And hopefully most of you have joined from this page or checked it out. So let me explain a little bit more about what we mean here. So obviously we have a little bit of a different setup, a little bit of a different background. Myself and Kyle, we come from a marketing and technology background for the last 20 years. Spent millions of dollars on all the different lead platforms to generate leads at scale and automate them through the system. So we're all about giving you guys unlimited leads powered by our proprietary technology, which is our CRM, POS, LOS software, all built into one. And of course, we have the AI integrated as well, which is all of the newest features that everybody wants. So as I mentioned before, we are from a different background and we are non-delegated. So we have a unique approach to this. So we're not your traditional bankers. We want to set you guys up with the technology to scale your business instantly. So we're more about letting you guys do your own business and plugging into our system where you can use our platform in order to scale up from what you're already doing and provide you a nice platform to do what you're already doing. So whether that's plugging into our leads, company leads, Kyle will show you all kinds of different ways those come in, or using our system to generate your own leads from the efforts you're already doing, we want to make sure that you can plug and play in our system and instantly start generating leads from day one. So how does that all work? First off, the business model, as I mentioned a few times there, non-delegated correspondent. For those not familiar, that's the business model that we're in here. We've tried all the different business models from FDIC Bank to broker to non-delegated to delegated, and we found that non-delegated is the best, and we're currently approved with over 120 lenders and investors. And non-delegated is really the best because we can always broker or do correspondent loans for our borrowers, whatever is best for our borrowers. So we have over 5,000 loan programs where we're the lender with our 34 correspondent investors where we fund the loan with our own money, and that allows us to get the best rates and pricing. Even at the same investors, the correspondent pricing is going to be better than wholesale or broker pricing because we're going to be funding the loan and using our own law firm draw docs and all that great stuff. And the risk that comes with it comes a reward of better pricing. So we're typically going to have the best pricing on those options. If for any reason we can't fund the loan with our own in-house options, we have over 110 wholesale options for specialty loans, anything that's outside our box. So what that comes down to is we have every loan program imaginable, VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, non-QM, DSCR, all that stuff we typically fund in-house. And then once we start going outside the box there, commercial, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, fix and flip, ground up, all the kind of stuff that goes a little bit outside the box, we typically have our wholesale outlets for that. What's most important is every lead that comes in, we have a program for them. And we have the AI built in. We call him Calvin, the AI loan officer assistant, to help push our LOs to the right programs and help them push the loan through along the way. Now, how do we operate all this? With our own technology. So we have our website, which is where it all starts, which is what you're looking at now. Everybody instantly gets their own website, pretty much identical to what you're seeing here with the AI built in, POS, CRM, LOS, all of that built in. And what's important for you guys is it's built for us, by us, so that you and your customers only have one login. No matter which of our 120 plus outlets we use, which type of loan we do, brokered, correspondent, whatever we're doing, we want to make sure we have one login for you, one login for your customers, one point where everybody goes. So your prospects can instantly go from the basics, name, email, phone, to pulling their own live rates, completing their own 1003, pulling their own credit, getting the liabilities imported in, all set up in our Encompass Place platform, but you don't have to actually log into Encompass. We also have our rate quotes built in, where our pricing is built in with over 5,000 loan programs. And once you plug into our own in-house loan programs, we can automate the requotes and really push that deal through as the rates update throughout the day, which is pretty cool. So how do we do all that? With our API integration. So we have over 50 API integrations. Obviously, Encompass is a big one, so you don't have to use Encompass, which some people don't like. You can just use our CRM. You don't have to log in. Same thing with Optimal Blue. You don't need to log in for that. Just click a button. Meridian link for credit, just click a button. Count check for VOA, VOI, VOE, just click a button. Appraisal works, 6 AMCs at the click of a button. You get the point there. Everything's just integrated in the system. You also get access to our instant marketing business cards and flyers. Once you put your picture in there, you can click a button and get access to all of the different approved marketing materials. You can capture leads from website users, no form required. These are our website capture leads, pretty unique, where you can see if someone's browsing and maybe in the market and maybe didn't actually submit to get a full quote. We also have our automated social media posting. Again, you can just plug in, connect your Facebook, and we'll automatically post compliant ads every day with your own link to generate leads for you from what you're already doing. For the AI here, we have our Calvin Dual Oz AI. So Dual Oz is a feature that a lot of platforms have, but we also have that built in where our AI will take a look and see which of the two options may be better and tell you the reasons why. And of course, we have our development staff on hand. So if you want to add some new features, put those in the requests, and we release new features pretty much every week. So pretty cool there to be part of the process. Another thing that we saw lacking in all the different business models was the training and support. So we want to make sure we're big on training and support, especially as we're all remote based. We want to make sure you still have the same access here. So even though we're remote based, you have access to our training center, which is basically like a classroom to take your courses anytime. And then we also every day of the week have different trainings. So most of our trainings here we have set up as our public podcast style training. So 5 days a week we do our live mortgage rates, but then go into a specific product for our LOs and everybody out there listening. And then 5 days per week, Kyle gets everybody pumped up with a sales training, which is out there for you guys on our team, as well as any prospective LOs looking to get pumped up. And then we do our in-depth loan officer training on more of like a loan topic, like conditions and stuff like that, 2 days per week. So all kinds of different ways to plug in. And then if you need help on an actual file, you can come into the Zoom support, get face-to-face, even though we're remote. Want to make sure we take over your screen, click those buttons, get you unstuck in our Zoom support room on regular business hours. Then we have our knowledge center with not only articles from us, but all of our different investors, lenders, partners. So thousands of different articles, videos, tips, tricks, guides, matrices, all kinds of different stuff. So you can search one place for all of those. And then we have our Calvin AI built in for compliance here. All the federal regulations are programmed in there. In case the compliance manager can't answer, you can always ask Calvin Compliance to point you in the right direction, as well as the states that we're licensed in. And the final section here, before we get into the comp plans, some of the items that are just a little bit different here that we love to highlight. Of course, the first one, we're very passionate about DSCR, business purpose loans. We can do those in 44 total states without necessarily having to be licensed. So it gives everybody an opportunity to do more loans in more states without necessarily having to add more licenses. We have unlimited leads at a 50-50 split. Kyle will show you all kinds of different ways those come in every single day. You can automate your lead generation at scale. As I told you before, set it and forget it, where you can just plug and play and get leads every single day. Now, if you have your own lead campaigns, you can set those up in our system to add them via our automated system. Or if you already have them, you can import those with a webhook into our system there as well. You can click a button to refer deals to our team for 75 basis points if you have a conflict of interest. Maybe you don't have that state license. Maybe it's your spouse, anything like that. Maybe you haven't done a fix and flip loan before. Click the button and you can still earn 75 basis points while you learn that new loan type. We also have instant payroll available. Obviously, as a lender, payroll is more of a standard schedule, but we do have a button where you can get instant payroll on request. We have no monthly fees, no hidden fees, no desk fees, no technology fees, no fees of any kind. We've built every line of code for what you're about to see. So we want to make sure we pass that on to you guys, make it very transparent and easy for our team. And one of the cool things that we do for our team here, because we're remote, every year we do an annual retreat here in Miami where we can actually see everybody face to face that can make it. So anybody that closes loans with us, we'll go ahead and pay for your hotel room if you want to come down and meet everybody face to face here for our annual retreat here in Miami. And if you drop off, there's a replay video here, but let's get into the comp plans and then show you a little bit behind the scenes here. So first off, everybody's obviously attracted to the senior loan officer plan. We want to get you there as well. That's for our top commission. So 225 basis points on conventional non-QM. The stuff we're all used to, that's 2.25%. Now, if we do a lead, again, simple 50-50 split. So any company leads you get, no matter where they come from, no problem. 112.5 basis points, 50-50 split there. That's 1.125%. Now, this is for experienced loan officers to join, and they're also going to get, obviously, everything everybody else does. But the best leads we have are not just leads, but referrals from your teammates. So anytime your teammates maybe don't have a license in that state, maybe don't know how to do a fix and flip loan, you're going to receive not only the lead, which is a referral from your partner, but also your partner, your teammate's going to help you with that deal. So those are the best leads we can get, and our senior loan officers obviously deserve them. Obviously, they will have no limits, unlimited access to all the different things Kyle was about to show you. So anytime they want to jump in there and grab leads, they can. And for those of you that are producing anything over 2 million per month, you can earn 25 basis points extra on that. Again, we want to make a platform for you guys. So anything you guys are doing above and beyond, no problem. We'll get as much comp back as we can for you. And if you want to teach, we definitely want to make sure we upgrade some people that want to teach and help structure loans to be a team leader and earn 25 basis points by helping to structure and disclose those loans for your team. So those are you that are experienced and love to teach, go ahead and be on the lookout for that upgrade. Now, how do you become a senior loan officer? Obviously, you need to have experience. So we just want to make sure you've closed some loans here, 6 loans in the last 12 months. You need to know how to do loans in both correspondent and broker. We're very unique. Not a lot of outlets allow that. So as soon as you pass the courses and you have some experience under your belt, you can upgrade to here. When you're starting, no problem, join as a loan officer here for 150 basis points here on conventional non-QM, stuff we're used to. That's 1.5%. Simple 50-50 split, 75 basis points for company leads on conventional non-QM, that's 0.75%. Again, you'll have access to non-delegated and brokered with 120 lenders and investors, as we went over before. Instantly have access to your own website to generate leads with your CRM, POS, LOS, plug and play and get all those leads with your Facebook, all that great stuff. You'll be able to access the Calvin AI Loan Officer Assistant, have access to all kinds of different leads Kyle will show you in a second. And again, if you're uncomfortable or just learning a new loan type, no problem, click that button, refer that deal to your teammate for 75 basis points. And we are licensed in 23 states for primary and second homes, and that means you can do 21 additional states business purpose with no license required for all of the people on our team. Now, as soon as you're ready to upgrade to senior loan officer, you just take a few courses there in the training center. Once you pass those courses and you have some experience, 6 loans at least, then you can go ahead and earn the top commission. So go ahead and upgrade as soon as you're ready, or if you're already experienced, go ahead and apply as a senior loan officer and just make sure you pass those courses there. So that's how the comp plans work. So let's go ahead and pass it over to Kyle and show a little bit of the CRM that we've written here. So you ready, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we have tutorials on this and trainings when you come on board, but just to point out a few features of our system here. So this is our CRM, just like any other CRM. You take your notes and send emails and texts. We also have our Calvin AI assistant where you can click one button and he will create the emails and texts for you to send to your clients based on what's going on. And you can also set reminders for yourself. You can put people on action plans, drip campaigns to automatically text them and email them on your behalf over the course of years, all that kind of good stuff that any other CRM does. But what really starts to set our system apart here is our quoting system. So within a couple minutes, with just 6 pieces of info, you can plug in your info here, click one button to pull all of our rates from all of our different investors for those programs. And within 2 minutes, you can send your client a nice, pretty quote that looks like this. They get a text and an email to click that comes here. They can see their rate choices you gave them. They can see what these things mean here. It pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically. It pulls in the proposed loan info here, does the monthly breakdown of the taxes, insurance, all that, has the estimated lender fees, and of course has you here as the loan originator. And also you can add your realtor partners to this. So your realtor partners, they absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them within minutes, but you're going to send them a nice, pretty quote with the realtor attached to it, showing them, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. Everybody loves to see themselves on something, right? Your realtors will love to see themselves on those quotes that are going out. So your realtor partners absolutely love this part about our quoting system. Now, where it gets really cool here is that the client can just click start my loan application right here, and it takes them right to their borrower portal. So let me show you what that looks like here. Right here, they start their loan application. They fill out their entire 1003 right here in our portal. They don't have to leave. It's going to request the basic documents we're going to need here, right? They can see their loan info. They can see the milestone of where their loan is at. As you take it through the milestones on your end, they're updated here, and they can communicate with you through here as well. So they have their borrower portal now that they've moved forward with the application. Now, let me show you what it looks like on your end now that they've submitted their application here. So if I come to the back end here, notice that this 1003 has been 100% complete. And so we can see their 1003, we can, edit it, we can upload documents, we can also request documents. Let's say we need a document from them, us or our processor, whatever it is. I need your K1 saved, and now we're going to be asking for that. You can also request signatures here. You could say, you know what, I need them to sign this, and it's going to prompt them to sign that right there in their borrower portal. They don't have to leave their borrower portal and go to some e-sign platform. We have e-sign already built into our system. With the click of one button, they don't have to leave our system. So what happens here is now once they've submitted their application, we pull credit instantly and automatically, right? So when they submit their application, they agree to pull credit, we pull it, we pay for the credit pull up front. You don't have to pay for it up front. The client doesn't have to pay for it, right? And so we instantly pull the credit. That way, when you click our Encompass API here, now that somebody submitted their application, this is going to already have the full 1003 in here. It's going to have the credit already pulled and in here. It's going to have the liabilities already imported in here. Everything is already here for you to be able to originate the loan. Now, one thing I want to point out here in the Encompass API here is the dual Oz, as Nick said. We have dual automated underwriting where you can run automated underwriting for Fannie and Freddie at the same time with the click of a button, or individually, whichever one you want to do. But if you click the button to order them both, it orders them both at the same time. And then our Calvin AI actually analyzes it and will tell you which one's better for your client for which reasons, right? So dual Oz with the AI built in there into the system. So now also, once you get your conditions for your loan, if we scroll down here, you'll see all your conditions are right here in this same portal, where you or your processor can either upload the document to fulfill the condition, or you could dispute the condition and kick it back to the underwriter and let them know why you're disputing the condition. And of course, you get email notifications when you get new condition requests and stuff. So everything is here in the system from start to finish. So notice this is how we take somebody from being just a name, email, phone number to communicating with them in the CRM, quoting them in the CRM, gathering their application, pulling their credit, gathering their documents, originating the actual loan, and getting all of the conditions as well, all here through this one system, which means there's one login for you throughout this process and one login for your client throughout this whole process, right? Just to point out too, we also have our AI assistant here. With the click of a button, you can, request the title fees, order VOE, VOI, VOA, all that kind of stuff here as well, whether it's you or your processor using this, because you do have processors assigned to your file as well. So now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place. Let's talk about the leads that we give you. Well, first and foremost, we're going to be sending you text messages all day with our first to claim leads, so that you're going to get these texts. If you are ready, willing, and able to call them, you're going to click the link, claim the lead, and you're going to call them. So the second somebody clicks on one of our ad campaigns, you get a text message, and you can choose to pick up that lead or not. And if you pick it up, you're going to be talking to them within seconds of them clicking on our ad and double opting in to be contacted. So I took a little screenshot here. It's just a little quick screenshot of just a couple hours. So actually it was over the course of not even an hour here for my test account. And you'll see the text that I was getting, right? We got business purpose DSCR coming through, short-term rentals, more DSCR. We got a regular purchase here, a couple regular purchases. So you see all day, you're getting text messages to your phone just like that have leads in them. Now, another way that we provide you leads in our system is our auto dialer. So we have an auto dialer just like any other CRM. You can call hundreds of people in a day. You can press one button that drops an automated text and email to them from you and move right on to the next call. So you can call hundreds of people in a day, dropping those auto emails and texts. And we have the leads loaded up in here for you. So look, we have thousands of leads in here. Most of these are actual people who opted in to be contacted. But even once we run out of those, we have things like cold call lists. We have things like realtor lists. We can call hundreds of realtors in a day. So there's always thousands of calls every single day available in the auto dialer. So not only do we give you the dialer, we give you the actual leads to call in it. Now, another way to work leads in our system is that you can have us run a campaign for you. So those same leads that we're giving you at no upfront cost that we're sending you via text every day from our ad campaigns, you can have us run your own ad campaign where you pay for it up front and there's no 50-50 split on the back end, right? So we can take those same ad campaigns that we run and we can copy them because we know that they work. We know that the targeting is right, and we can put your budget on it. Those leads go directly to you and they're marked so that there isn't a lead split, right? So you got two ways. You can take the leads that we're giving you for free at no upfront cost, and obviously there's a lead split on the back end, or you could invest in the leads yourself and not pay the split on the back end if you invest upfront. Either way, they're the same leads from the same types of campaigns, right? We copy our campaign. So we're going to give you leads all day at no upfront cost. But if you want to boost your pipeline even more and you want to get some leads without that 50-50 lead split on the back end, you're more than welcome to have us run a campaign for you, which you can do right here. Now, another way to work leads is if you're already purchasing leads from somewhere else, any other source. We have our import leads tab here where we give you your custom webhook that you can use. Let's say you're already buying leads from Zillow or Free Rate Update or LendingTree or something like that. Well, that's great. You can bring them into our system in real time now. So you can use your webhook. Now, when a lead comes in from, Zillow, it automatically goes into our CRM. You're notified by our CRM, hey, you have a new Zillow lead. So that way you can go into the CRM and call them and quote them and all that kind of stuff instantly, just like if it was one of the leads that we gave you, but it was one that you purchased from elsewhere, right? So any way there is to work leads in our system, whether they're the hot, fresh leads we're giving you at no upfront cost, or they're you investing in those same leads to not have a split on the back end, or they're leads that we're providing you for free in the auto dialer, or they're leads that you might be getting from some other legitimate lead source or buying from some other lead source, right? Every way there is to work leads is built into our system here for you. So with that being said, let me go ahead and turn it over to Jose here. Jose is our sales manager here with 28 years of experience as both a loan officer and a realtor. So we'll have him talk about how this all comes together to actually close loans. And then we will open it up to questions after that. So go ahead, Jose.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So definitely a great leads program and technology, right? The technology is amazing. And that's where I can tell you that's going to definitely help your production leaps and bounds. When you combine the leads, you combine the technology, and then obviously the training that we do, so that and that's where the support that we're going to discuss right now also comes into play. I can speak for myself as not having used leads or that type of technology before being involved with the mortgage calculator, how it has definitely increased my production and expanded my lending footprint immensely. Prior, I was only licensed in Florida, doing regular loans and some non-QM, and now I'm personally licensed all over the place doing all types of loans, using the tech, using the leads, all that kind of stuff, and increasing production. So definitely, if it can help somebody from my generation, it can help all those other people that are from my generation, as well as obviously all the younger people that are going to be able to zip right through that. So we do have the support that's going to make sure that you don't spin your wheels trying to learn the tech, where you can go into the Zoom room during business hours to get assistance. You have your team leader as well as management, as well as you get email whenever any loan application gets submitted. everybody jumps into action when that email is received, giving you some initial pointers so that you can get ready for the meeting, the structure meeting that's going to occur with your team leader to discuss that new loan application in no more than 24 hours. Hopefully same day, but requirement is within 24 hours to meet, go over the structure on that loan. And then the next meeting with your team leader will be to disclose the file. If it's an in-house file or we're the lender, we're going to disclose it. If it's a wholesale file or we're the broker, we'll still review it, approve the disclosure, and then you go to the lender's portal to get that disclosed. But most of our deals tend to be non-delegated deals where we're the lender, and then once we disclose it in-house, it goes to our intake department. They register it on the portal that was chosen by the MLO, where the loan's going to be submitted. They submit to underwriting. Conditional approval is received, then you start working with your loan processor on that loan to go over the conditions, clear conditions, and then at that point, you get your clear to close, loan gets resubmitted, and it goes to our closing department. Keep in mind that on the non-delegated deals, we have in-house processing. On the broker deals, you can use third-party processing, or you can do it yourself and save your customer the money, right? It could be as much as $1,200 or $1,300 for processing on a non-QM deal. So prime example of how this support comes into play, right? We had one of our newer MLOs, she got a lead that had been denied at another outlet, another lender, right? We didn't handle that loan. So she booked a meeting with me, and this was a deal that was turned down, full doc. It was a non-QM deal. Nice size loan. It was $1,056,000. She thought, well, they tried to do full doc. I'm going to try to do bank statements. So we sat down the meeting, reviewed the bank statements, and realized after discussion with the borrower that bank statements was not going to work because we had large deposits that could not be documented. So we ended up with a profit and loss deal. And she was able to close that transaction in 3 weeks. We had a couple of additional structure meetings throughout the process, right? Because the initial structure meeting was to structure the loan. Then we disclosed the file. She had some conditions. We also had a transferred appraisal that had to come into play. And all of that got done in a little bit over 3 weeks. It was like 3 weeks and 2 days. And happy closing. So reject at another outlet because they tried to force it, right? They tried to go full doc. We analyzed it, went the correct route, and were able to close it in a little bit over 3 weeks with a lesser experienced MLO at the helm, with the structure assistance and with the support. Was able to close it in 3 weeks, and that's what we aim to do. And what is happens quite often here at the Mortgage Calculator. Somebody gets their first bank statement loan, their first P&L loan, their first DSCR loan. We help walk them through that process. They close it, and that becomes one of many more.
All right. So let's go over the next steps here, and then we will open it up to questions. So let me go ahead and share my screen one more time. So we'll drop the link there in the chat to sign up. It's pretty simple, themortgagecalculator.com/join. And you're going to come here and sign up for the plan that's applicable. Now, as Nick was saying, if you're experienced, feel free to come on as a senior loan officer from the beginning. Go ahead and sign up here, but you do need to have closed at least 6 loans in the last 12 months, right? And just be an actual experienced loan officer. Now, if you are, either maybe you're experienced, but you haven't been producing lately, or maybe you're new, the loan officer plan is what you would sign up for. So go ahead and apply here. Again, if you've closed 6 loans in the last 12 months, feel free to come on board as a senior right away. Once you click here, it's going to ask you to fill out some information, and then it's going to take you directly to sign the compensation agreement. Now, don't worry, you don't have to sign it right then. It's going to email you a copy as well, so take your time, look it over. But once you do sign it, that's going to kick off all of the next steps. So once you sign that initial agreement, then we'll send you all the next steps of sponsoring your license and getting your ID documents and all that kind of good stuff. So the mortgagecalculator.com/join, go ahead and sign up. And once you sign that initial agreement, that will kick off all the next steps. So with that being said, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and stop recording, and then we will go ahead and get into questions.